Before we play Path of Exile, I want to let you know. I want to show you real quick what we could be playing instead, and what they're saving us from. The real cost of being a whale in Diablo Immortal. You thought the game was dead. Well, how could it be dead? It's Diablo Immortal. You guys might have phones, but do you have $400,000?
So, what does it take to become a whale in Diablo Immortal? Now, some games might only cost you $1,000, $5,000, $10,000.
It's not that much.
But Diablo Immortal is not like these other games.
It's not that much to spend $10,000 in a video game to do more damage. That's normal.
In Diablo Immortal, you'll find players who have spent anywhere from $1,000 to $20,000 to upwards of $100,000. Now, you might remember the infamous video, "Should I refund $100,000 on Diablo Immortal?" from JT is all business.
So, okay, this is from like 3 years ago. By the way, so this guy dropped $100,000 on Diablo Immortal in the first week of the game, okay? He was so high level, his gear level and his gym level was so high that he couldn't do PvP because he couldn't be match made against anybody that had even remotely the same gear as him. So he beat a game that's pay to win. Crazy aura? Yeah, bro. And like, I'm gonna be honest, that is aura in a way, right? He actually soft locked himself out of content because he paid to win so hard that nobody else was even out there. Yeah, he turned a multiplayer game into single player.
This from over 3 years ago. And if you didn't see it from him, then you might have watched.
Yeah. Yeah.
Watch the Baldwin and react to it.
Wait,
seeing
what?
As these guys years ago. And if you didn't see it from him, then you might have watched the Baldwin and react to it. Seeing as he's gotten about 10 times the amount of views on it. But even now,
okay.
$100,000 is a lot to spend on a
It
game.
is. It's a lot.
And it is a little bit watered down now that the game's over 3 years old. And it's not as shocking to hear, but that's still over $30,000 a year.
Right.
That's more than the cost of a new Nissan Sentra.
$30,000 a year.
We're going to take a look at how JT Is All Business is doing nowadays, since we happen to play on the same server.
Wait.
And yes, he does still play. So
he's still in this shit? Oh, fuck.
what does it mean to be a whale in Diablo Immortal, and how much does this all cost?
Damn!
The first thing I want to mention are the in-game currencies and how I'll be making a real dollar comparison here. So the two currencies are Platinum, which can be used on the player market, buy and sell items. It can be earned for 3 through the Battle Pass and a few other places. And then there are Orbs, which are the premium currency, which you can only buy from Blizzard. And of course, if you check the website, you can see the same bog standard predatory pricing.
Yeah,
and
this
would you
is
believe
super
me if
common.
I told you that there's a secret $200?
Wait, there's a $200? I never even have seen this in video games before. Like, I've literally never seen a $200 option for spending money in gacha games. This is the first time I've ever seen it.
Bundle that is only available on the website. I'm assuming it's because there's some sort of limit to the price of in-app purchases on mobile games, but
it's probably so they can avoid the payment. They can avoid the payment payoff, or like the split that they have to do with the app developer, or the like Apple or Google.
The best dollar per orb.
Yeah, that's smart.
You can find. But of course, there is a black market
that much
for
money
both
would probably
of these
go
currencies. I'm not going to be considering it in my calculations, but if you do end up, buying orbs from one of these people, then you're going to end up with a negative orb balance, and Blizzard's going to make it so that your account can never join a party ever again.
Why are there so many of these bullshit weird games? By the way, why does this even happen?
It's honestly one of the coolest ways
I've
seen to receive a soft ban.
This player cannot receive party invitations due to negative eternal. Like, I mean, really, whenever you're adding in all of these weird systems, don't you ever ask yourself, like, am I really making a video game right now? Answer is absolutely not. Like, so many of these games, they're not even really games. They're just like weird, like, money incentive structures that are stacked together with shiny lights.
Because your account just becomes unusable. You still have it, so now you just have the FOMO times a million. But the most cost-effective way is to spend your money, buy some orbs, use that to buy crests in the game, get some legendary gems, sell those for plat, or use them yourself. Because you can also transfer 1 orb for 10 plat. But this conversion rate sucks and should be only done for like tiny amounts of platinum.
Yeah, sure.
Next, I'll briefly explain what systems are in place that make people whales.
It's a retard trap, not the game.
So but still. There are 2 main things, and these are 2 different types of gems. There are normal gems, which come in the red, yellow, and blue variety.
Yeah, those you usually have to
farm.
And
these only provide a singular stat.
Yeah,
these are a lot more straightforward.
It's the legendary gems that are the expensive
ones. You upgrade
ones.
them, and they give you stats.
No, I remember this.
The number that is required is astronomical. So it's
this is what's so insane, right? Is like the level ups for these gems. This was like Diablo 3. Like they want this to be an infinite grind, basically.
Exponential growth. Every rank requires another exponent of 3. So rank 9 is like 7,000.
Yeah, Lost Ark does this. Yeah, 10, they do.
The maximum rank is 20,000. And just for context, you can only get
why do people even play this?
20
I don't know.
A specific gem per week naturally.
Yeah,
so
I have no. Yeah, that's a great question.
On these things. And then there are legendary gems.
Here we go.
These have their own abilities.
So, by the way, if you only see a 4-star here, you know you're dealing with a broke bitch. Because you really want to have the 5-star gems because those are the big money gems right there.
Own different boosts, and most importantly,
a poor loser.
Increase your resonance. Now, your resonance is essentially a number
that
denotes what rank and what quality your gems are, as well as it gives your HP and damage a boost. But that's not
it's basically like it's just like your power level. Like it's so. I'm actually amazed at how bad this game is. I remember when I quit playing it, I didn't quit playing it because it was pay to win. I quit playing it because it sucked.
Important. All you need to know is the higher the resonance, the more gems the person has bought, the more money they've spent, and so on. And as I've alluded to, the way you get more resonance is by upgrading your gems.
How do you do that?
And once they're high enough rank, you can throw gems inside of those gems to get another little small resonance boost.
So you buy 1 5-star gem, but it has to be empowered by other 5-star gems. And so you have to whale to get 1, but you need like 20, and you need 8 of 20.
And then once you've spent enough money, you can put gems inside of your wings.
You see 6 every tier of gems,
new
exactly.
Sets of wings at every 1,000 resonance interval.
Yes.
But once you put these gems inside of your wings, I have no idea where they go, how they sit in there, what they're doing in there.
There are guilds in this game that will only invite you if you have a certain size wings. Because that way they know you've got big money and you're ready to actually, like, you're serious about investing into the game.
But nonetheless, they provide a little bit of a resonance boost,
as
I was mentioning. So this is a good look into the money
you're an investor.
That legendary gems are.
Exactly.
So the current maximum resonance as of the making of this video is 13,024. But before we jump into the big numbers, let's take a look at where we came from. So in the beginning, when Diablo Immortal was just a little new game, the max resonance was 7,560.
And this guy maxed it out. Everything at max. Oh my fucking god.
Very hard to reach, but not impossible. Because our friendly neighborhood, JT is all business, achieved it himself.
He did.
Where I'm at. Now, if you guys are wondering, JT, how much have you spent to get where you are? The total I've spent is 67. Well, no, actually, I spent $5,000 today. The total I've spent is 70.
Yep. That's right, boys. That's where we're at.
$3,000. However, as you can see, a lot of this is in eternal orbs, which have not been spent yet. So the total amount that's actually spent on the account is somewhere right around, I believe, $63,000.
But at that point, being a whale was considered to be around 5,000.
Do you remember watching? Dude, this is such a throwback. Because, so you guys might not remember this, but DM, Darth Microtransaction, used to be a Diablo creator. And I remember, do you remember watching the video where he finally admitted that Diablo Immortal was pay to win and he was done with the game and he was so defeated? That was like 3 years ago.
resonance, and we know how much this costs because of a video from Darth Microtransaction.
Yep.
I told you I would tell you the price of this. So the price of this was $24,000 in order to get those GigaChad wings. It cost the guy just $24,500 bucks, I think is what he said it was, and was 1,100 runs of the Rift. It was the information
1,100.
That the person who posted
That's
those
a lot.
wings answered with.
And now I can tell you from my own experience that nowadays getting 5K costs absolutely nothing close to that. If you wanted to try and get everything at once in the ideal conditions, 5K reso is going to cost you anywhere from $3,000 to $4,000. But if you've been playing for a while, it's more likely
it's only $3,000 to $4,000, guys.
You'll spend closer to $2,000 to $3,000.
It's only $2,000 to $3,000 to do more damage in the video game. That's all. It's only $2,000.
Now, over the years, they've added 2 additional item slots, which means 2 legendary gem slots, and this
so now you have to spend even more money.
Brings the max reso up to about 10,000. Again, an impossible number at the time, but what this update also pushed was the boundary of what is considered to be a whale. 5,000 resonance was now much, much more achievable for a lot less money.
So of course, right? Because you want to keep the whales, you want to keep them going. Because if they run out of things to spend money on, they might go play another game because they're losing the dopamine out of spending money on this game. Oh my God. I love how people are crying about video games being $80 when this bullshit exists from one of the biggest gaming companies. Oh no. I mean, I remember this game was so bad when it came out. It was awful.
To be
people
considered
were furious
a whale after
about
this update was more around 6,000 to 7,000 resonance. And I don't know how much this would have cost at the time, but nowadays you can reach 6,000 resonance for close to $10,000.
That's it.
So we're still pretty far off of the 13,000.
It's only $10,000.
2024 I mentioned. This is where the wing resonance comes into play.
Yeah.
That's right.
That's all.
Adding gems inside of your wings. And the bigger your wings are, the more gems
Wait, so you can... what I don't understand, I don't understand why a person plays this when you could go and play Elden Ring or Path of Exile 2 or Diablo 4 even. Fuck, Diablo 3. I don't understand this. Why would you do this? It doesn't make any sense.
you can add in there.
How is this not illegal? It shouldn't be illegal. It's just stupid.
The cutoff of who is a whale was, again, pushed back even farther. Nowadays, wing resonance unlocks at 6,000 resonance. So to be considered a whale, you have to be closer to 9,000 resonance. That's right, we've officially surpassed the original maximum.
9,000.
And upon reaching 9,000 resonance, you can apply to the official whale Discord. And then once you're in there, you'll...
Wait, there's a...
you'll realize that you need to spend another $20,000 just to hang with the big dogs. So, getting your account to 9,000 resonance is going to run you about $30,000 US. And that's just for the legendary gems.
$30,000.
This is an ideal condition if you're able to just go and buy all of this within a few days, if not a week. But that's only one
my God.
part of it. If you remember earlier, I mentioned
$30,000.
that there are also normal gems. And well, there are 20 normal gem slots. And in order to hang with the rest of the whales, you need to get your normal gems ranked up too.
So let me guess. You have to buy platinum. You have to probably buy orbs, convert it to platinum, and then use the platinum conversion on the auction house to use it to gold, to turn it into gold, and then use the gold to buy the gems. Like, I almost guarantee you that's what this is.
Rank 8 would be the bare minimum.
Let's see if I'm right.
Rank 9 makes you a contender. And rank 10, while mostly unachievable, is what will give you the edge on the competition. Luckily, out of all the gem slots, you don't really need to worry about the red ones. So you can just save yourself a little bit of money there and upgrade your blue and yellow gems.
Sure.
But of course, everybody's doing this, so the blue and yellow gems are more expensive. And this is going to run you about $17,000 just to get them to rank 9. And not only is it going to cost you so much, you're also going to be spending hours just staring at the market, hoping that someone has posted more gems, because, as I've mentioned previously, each rank 9 gem requires 6,561 duplicates. So this brings your minimum cost of becoming a whale to a whopping $47,000.
Oh my God, bro. And the video, it's not even over yet. And also keep in mind, he's talking about rank 9. It goes up to 10.
And this just barely gets you into the whale territory.
What?
Because you're also going to need a good pet, and I hope you've been leveling up your sanctum every day.
Wait, a pet? Wait, this costs, how much is this? 1.9 million platinum? What the fuck?
Which, the sanctum is just a daily thing. You go inside this area, you open some chests, get some of these gemstones, upgrade some more gems that give you some different stats. It all adds up in the end, but it's locked to once a day. So if you haven't been playing for that long, your sanctum is going to be very, very underleveled. But these two things are going to run you an extra $1,000 to $5,000, just depending on how long you've been playing.
That's not so bad.
So it's safe to say that 9,000 residents.
It's only $5,000, guys.
Are spending somewhere around $50,000
$50,000
just to hang with the rest. And you might be wondering, oh, there's not that many people who are at 9,000 residents.
Surely.
But these types of accounts are incredibly common. You'll see them everywhere, but they pale in comparison to the real whales. Those who have made it to the
You know what this reminds me of? Have you guys ever seen those like size comparison charts where it's like showing the size of different planets and it shows the sun and then it's like some other random sun that's like fucking like 5,000 times larger than the sun, and then there's like that sun that gets minimized, and then there's like another sun that's like 10,000 times bigger than that sun, and then there's another planet that's like fucking 50 times bigger than that one, and it's like, oh my fucking God. Like, I actually feel like that's what's happening as I'm playing through this video.
Game cap.
This is nuts.
13,024 residents.
13,000.
So players haven't honestly been up.
So this is the highest number that you can get
in residents for that long. It has been less than half a year since we've seen the first accounts at all ever maxed out on residents.
Wow.
At least in the US. I'm not sure how China's going since they essentially have their own game over there. But reaching 13,024 residents is no small feat. The absolute minimum requirements are 40 max rank, 5 out of 5 quality legendary gems, 24 rank 10 2-star gems, and this alone is over $220,000 in ideal condition.
Oh my God. Oh my God. $220,000
legendary gems. And that's having max rank gems equipped. Then you put max rank gems inside of your
What are ideal
gems,
conditions?
and
Good
then
RNG.
you have max rank gems inside of your wings. And let's not forget about the normal gems. Because these players who are maxing out their resonance are also the types to have rank 10 normal gems. Again,
wait, so look at this guy. He's got, yes, all of these are all rank 10.
20,000.
Every single one is rank 10.
Gem. So these guys are going to get all 20 normal gems to max rank. Because you can't be walking around with some little rank 7 and rank 8
you gotta let them know
slots if you're going to be a real whale.
You let them know.
9 and 10, if not all 10. So for the cheaper red gems, each rank 10 is going to cost you about $1,000. And then for the yellow gems, you're going to be spending about $1,500 per slot. And then for the more expensive blue gems, specifically the sapphires, they're going to be about $3,500 per gem.
$3,500 for a gem.
So in total, that's an additional $41,000 on normal gems alone. And you're also going to be spending hours, if not days, just staring at the market, sourcing the almost 400,000 duplicates needed to rank these up. But that's not all. These whales have their gems maxed out, so why not max out their familiars as well? The best familiars or pets are going for millions of platinum. And the ones you'll see these guys wearing are going to cost around $1,000 each.
The crazy thing is $1,000 doesn't even sound like it's that much anymore. It's like, yeah, 1,000. Okay, it's like $1,000. Yeah, sure. What's another? Yeah, what's another $1,000?
And I can tell you with certainty that they will have multiple pets of this sort. And I mentioned the Sanctum earlier in this video. Well, the account we're looking at now has his completely maxed out.
Oh my god.
And it's hard to say exactly how much this would cost because I'm unsure of how many days you'd need to open all these chests because you have to do this every single day.
Wait, so let me guess. You have to buy these keys. Is that accurate?
This will run you somewhere around $15,000. So now that brings our grand total.
Whoa! 15,000 just to buy keys to open boxes every day?
To max your account like these Giga Whales to $281,000. And this is assuming that you're able to straight up buy everything from the market, which in the short term is not really achievable because if you remember...
And so it goes up every time. So you have to spend more money in order to buy it with more of the gems. So if you want to max out, like, because you see it goes up, like if you look right there, let me see if I can just show it. It's 18, so it's going up every time.
4 duplicates for each legendary gem, and then you need 40 of these total, and that's
my favorite part about this is that there are like elements of this whaling that don't even become evident to the player unless they're already a whale. It's like you don't even know this is part of the game. It's like a fucking like solo leveling. Like you're unlocking completely new leveling that nobody else even has access to or knows exists.
3,000 duplicates to max everything out. Now you can also just buy the crest.
You are the player.
And hope that you get gems that you need, but that'll also require you to run tens of thousands of Elder Rifts. And then you have to also hope that you get what you need. And doing this is more expensive in the long run, but not by much. If you go on rate, then you can have all your gems maxed out for a similar price of like $250,000, which would bring the total to about $311,000.
$311,000.
However, in the real world, you'll find that these mega whales have more than just the minimum of 40 legendary gems. A lot of these gems that you put inside of your gems are also ones that you'd like to use yourself. So you're going to have multiples of these, and then each time new gems come out, you're going to want to get your 74 copies all over again. So in practice, you'll see that these whales will have closer to 60 max rank gems. And now this is going to cost you over $330,000 alone.
Why do people... I don't understand it. I don't get it, man. This is insane.
More if you want to run the crest yourself. So we can make a reasonable assumption as to how much it costs to max your account, like these specific Giga Whales.
Like 300
grand. That number is $391,000.
This is the price. How much is a Lamborghini? So you can get a Lamborghini, at least one of the cheap ones, for less than being a whale in Diablo Immortal.
Again, in ideal conditions. So it's not crazy to assume that they've spent over $400,000.
Wow.
But before we go, I mentioned that we take a look at how JT is all business is doing.
How's he doing?
As he is the original whale of Diablo Immortal.
He is.
And he's probably the reason that most people know about Diablo Immortal or know that it's so pay to win. So if we take a look at his account, we can see that he's no longer 5k reso, of course. He's now up to almost 12,000 resonance. So he's still up there when it comes to whales, yet he's still pretty far away from maxing out his character.
He's not even #1 anymore. He's only spent $200,000. Guys, he fell off. How does this happen?
And then looking at his normal gems, they're pretty much all rank 9 and 10. And JT was probably one of the first few people to have any normal gem at rank 10. When he ranked up a ruby to 10 over 2 years ago. He picked rubies because they're the easiest to source, since, as I've mentioned, no one really likes them. And you can even see now that he doesn't even have the ruby socketed. So it really was just for the love of the game.
So he literally just wasted money just to make a YouTube video of him wasting money?
And then also looking at his Sanctum, we can see that the important things are maxed out, but it's not completely maxed out yet. And that's because I'm pretty sure he's taken some extended breaks.
He's taking a break from the game. That's good.
If you're not doing this every day, then you're really not going to be able to max it out. So
he stopped playing the game. So this guy invested like probably over 100,000, maybe over $200,000 into the game, but because he didn't play it regularly, he's fallen behind.
He's doing now, he's definitely still a big whale.
Oh my god.
But not even close to the giga whales, since it takes so much to reach the max level on your gyms and so on. So would you say it's worth it to spend this much? I personally never say it's worth it to spend the hundreds of thousands of dollars that some people have spent, but
I personally never say it's worth it to spend hundreds of thousands of dollars to have good gear in a video game. Oh really?
I'll leave you with something to think about. These are people just spending money on a hobby of theirs. And I know I've personally spent over $10,000 on the gym and gym-related things in the past 3 years. That's including, you know, protein and gas and all this. And that's a cheaper hobby than most. Some hobbies, like golfing specifically or collecting things, can have you spending tens of thousands of dollars a year. So for most people, it honestly starts to make sense why they've spent so much money in the game. You know, also some part of this is going to...
You don't have to do this. This is like going to a store where hamburgers are $100 whenever you could go to another store where hamburgers are $5. Why would you ever go to the store for 100? Well, actually, let's be more accurate here. You could either buy hamburgers for $60 or you could buy hamburgers for $391,000.
To be the gambling aspect. Some people have a little bit of a gambling addict themselves, but that really only applies to these big whales. Not most people who haven't spent that much money. Now,
it's not that much. It's only $10,000, guys.
Said, I would like to thank you all for watching. If you did enjoy the video, make sure to like and subscribe if you're new, and let me know if you enjoyed this type of video. It's my first time trying out some sort of like commentary type video. And peace.
Wow. $10,000 on Diablo Immortal. Expensive one, so you don't have to hear next to poor people. Yeah, there's the video. Guys, give the video a like. I am shocked at the pricing of this kind of stuff. This is insane. I don't know how this has happened. I really don't. Would you like to be involved in the creation of a PC game? I mean, maybe one like this. Yeah, that way I can get rich. I mean, I think so. Give me 1 second. Okay, and yeah, Elon's game to play. Well, no, what I find to be really funny about this is that, yeah, sure, you do have guys that make a lot of money that play these games, but like the really, really rich guys, they don't do this. Because you've got to keep in mind, like if you're a billionaire, you're not going to be flexing with $400,000. Like that's not really a big deal to you. I mean, really think about it, right? Like $1 billion, if you've got $1 billion, if you've got $3 billion, $400,000 is like fucking nothing. It's nothing. It's not even a big deal. Yeah. So it's like, you just do that. And so it's not even the point. You don't even have the reason to do it, but their kids do. Maybe. Yeah. Like, yeah, Elon slept on a couch at the White House. I guess so. But like, damn, bro, like, this is just... And do you want to know what's funny? Is that you could have probably paid somebody to play your PoE account and to get it to max rank and to do everything to get your character to level 100 for less than you're paying to be good at this crappy video game. That's the craziest thing about it to me, is that you could have literally paid somebody to play a video game that's good instead of doing who would do such a thing? Who knows?